make it if they can. But we also want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to participate if the timing doesn't work out in your favor. So whenever we're doing educational material, we want to make sure that we've got just about everything we need to keep you guys up to date. As you can see right now, even go to the YouTube channel. Welcome into our YouTube viewers. We are currently simulcasting there right now. Charlie, I believe he is still active. I know that he was on earlier today. And we're coming in from San Francisco. I thought I just heard something. I know I just heard something. What was that I just heard? Adam, were you trying to say something? Okay. So again, for those of you just joining, we're kind of doing a check-in, find out where everybody's logging in from, and find out how much you guys enjoyed the markets earlier today. Again, just looking, talking a little bit earlier about the way the market moved after the Genesis time period this morning. Nice big rally. Well, I shouldn't say a big rally, but it was a nice little rally for the market we've got. I think that the past week or so, with all the news that came out from the election and that uncertainty being kind of just put by the wayside, the FOMC and all the news items that we've had building up and the way the market was kind of unleashed, it had a very big range, very big rangy market, nice big runs, and we're getting into a little bit of a quieter market environment. So the runs aren't quite as big, but they are definitely still there. Henderson, Texas, with a big Texas moon out tonight. Yeah, I hadn't actually had a chance to look at my moon. Again, as I mentioned, it's raining a little bit here in Mobile, so kind of overcast. Looking forward to seeing that moon and the stars. I think we've got, isn't there like an asteroid shower? The toroids are moving through this week, I think. So definitely looking for that clear night. Look up in the night sky and check out a show. And if for any reason you can't go outside to check out the show, you should hang out here and watch the show in the market, because with our PPI news tomorrow morning, I think that'll put the market to where it's got just about all the information it needs. Oh, and don't forget, easy to forget, Monday was a holiday. Didn't feel like one because our markets were open and trading, but Monday was a holiday. So for those of you that like to trade crude, the EIA Petroleum Status Report will come out tomorrow, just as you're heading into that Genesis time period. So for those of you who like crude and crude related stocks, something definitely to keep an eye on tomorrow. I don't know what stocks everybody's planning on looking at, what markets everybody's planning on looking at, but I can tell you that typically you get your EIA Petroleum Status Report on Wednesday, so it would have been earlier today. Because of the Monday holiday, though, we're going to be getting that EIA Petroleum Status Report tomorrow, and it'll come after the natural gas reports. That's always an interesting part of the week, and really looking forward to that part. So if you're in the Genesis program, keep an eye out for opportunities on that front. And again, I'm just looking through some of the items that were put out today. What was it? GLD, SPY, QQQ. Maybe expect a few others tomorrow. We'll see how that works out. And Adam has again posted the link to the slides. Skies without watching for animals. Yeah, yeah. In some parts of the world, you do have to be aware of that wildlife that's out. But you can follow the markets from anywhere. This is one of the great things I love about today's technological achievements. Tom can remember back in the days when you took a vacation, it meant you had to stay away from the market for a few days. Always kind of difficult to do that for those of us who really love this stuff. Nowadays, take a vacation, you take the market with you, and it's available on the phone. You can take a tiny little laptop and you can stay connected anywhere. And with the way these markets are moving, might not be a bad idea to keep that connection running. Now, Tom, I see that you're logged in. I see that we got your visual up. And I just want to ask you, like, are you going to be looking at crude related products tomorrow with the EIA on Atypical Thursday?
Yeah, Chuck, that's part of my seven sisters, and anytime you have news around one of the sisters, I call it, crude being the sister, there's an opportunity created with what we do. But it's interesting because today's Wednesday, but it feels like it's like Thursday or Friday, doesn't it? Because I guess Monday was like you had stated, was a full day, and it's Veterans Day, and now here we're on Wednesday, and I said, it's Wednesday. All right, so it's Wednesday. But I tell you, Chuck, you think about my second book, The Markets Never Sleep, and you think about what's coming, where the market's going to be open 22 hours a day to trade stocks. Can you imagine we were all these years ahead of everybody else because we were there? I mean, during those time frames, our 24-hour setup and everything, I can't wait until you can go in, at maybe after some television show at night and put on a trade. And there's only going to be 2 hours that the actual stocks themselves are going to be closed. That'll be the first phase. And eventually, of course, they'll bring options on board. So it'll be a going and blowing market going ahead. So the opportunities now, this is going to be a golden age for everything. And I encourage people to engage it, figure out what works best for you. And, we just gotta sort of graduate into it. But what the opportunity and the
Yeah.
technology that we have now versus what we started with many years ago, Chuck, is amazing, isn't it? I mean, when you just sit here and think about it,
Oh, it
uh,
is. And Tom, that learning curve as you get those stocks coming in. I mean, you and I have been doing futures 24 hours forever, right? So
right.
that's nothing new. But obviously, with the stocks coming in, it's going to change the process. And so, learning how it changes as quickly as possible, I think, is a paramount opportunity.
The good news is the times we've gotten because that's the start of everything. It's always futures first to get there and all. But anyway, I'm ready to get started, and I hope you are, and I hope everybody out there is ready. What a day! We've got another big day tomorrow. But we got our YouTube channels get some traction, and you get if you're not a member, get joined. Selected times during the month, we go live. I picked some of the key reports to go live. We were live this morning on CPI, and we it's really nice, nice and everything. Can everybody hear me okay? Let me ask that question. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, if you're not hearing me okay, I would suggest you sign out and sign back in. I don't see but one or two people that was having a little trouble, but because of the large crowd, I'm sure. But I saw Frank here. Frank, it pays to be around, isn't it? You ought to see what he did last week on a trade in Coinbase and Tesla. Frank, type in there where they can copy that and let everybody see why it pays to listen. I always tell people it always pays to listen. I saw Frank here, Frank McGuire from California. he had a he had the top performing uh, move off of what I would call our Friday wrap up. Yeah, there it is. Show that to everybody. Somebody copy and show it to him. He was there and he did it. And we had other people pushing you, Frank. Some 15s, some 12s, some 10s. So, uh, Frank, how long have you been a student of ours? 1 year, folks. 1 year. That's great. That made my day when you posted that. Thank you for doing that. All right, folks, let's get everybody up to speed with Frank, okay? Join my Telegram, join my YouTube. Go to dtitrader.com/YouTube. Thank you, Adam, for doing that. And, get on our Telegram, dtitrader.com/Telegram. So, Chuck, thank you for the introduction, and I think we're ready to go. Risk involved in trading, past performance is not indicative of future results. For those that don't know, I'm a former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, worked with students since 1996. There's my 3 books. That second book right there, The Markets Never Sleep, you already get it. If you come to one of my small classes, I'll sign it. That book's going to be a hot commodity when people start trading 22 hours a day. Pretty good stuff. At DTI, we help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. In my opinion, oh wow, wonderful opportunity. If you pay attention and learn the right way to do this game, you'll love it. You'll be like the crowd that we hang out with, which is the DTI students, and it's just a lot of fun. Here's the markets right now. You're pushing 25% on the E-mini. NASDAQ's 24. Dow's up about 16. DAX is up 12. That's the European markets. Gold up 24%. Crude's down for the year. Bonds are down for the year. Here's the 10 tickers I gave people at the start of the week. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla right there. It went up to 359, 362, pulled back. It's getting ready to move again. Got other stories to tell there. DJT needs to get above 32.55. Keep your eye on Berkshire. It's setting up for a trade tomorrow on Berkshire. QQQ 416.55 is sort of a resistance area. SPY 602. And Amazon 212. Amazon might be something you want to look at next week. That's what I'm thinking anyway. All right, folks. I introduced Genesis this week, and I've got a lot of people that's joined me. This is really a revolutionary way to shorten the process from idea to putting it in your account into the market. And we have a lot of great evidence that you got to pay attention. Trades that pay 25%, 50%, even 100%. Today I completed Master Class 1, and it was a doozy. People loved it. It was fun to be with. Jonathan and I went through some of the details of how to make these gains. We focused on how to make gains fun again, so to speak. It was really a fun class this afternoon. Got one on Friday, another master class on Friday. Next week, every day of the week, I'll be doing master class. Now, the profits performance shown are not typical. We make no future earnings claims. You may lose money. What you'll see today is internal audit from June 20th to November 11th. The audit took real issue trade alerts from the brand new Genesis algorithm and applied a set of option criteria to them, meaning each option gain is hypothetical and uses the benefit of hindsight. From the live trades in real time so far, we've seen a 78% win rate with a 17.8% average winner and a 6.2% average return over a 2-day hold period. See our terms on the Trading Pub homepage for more information. But let's be direct. In trading, there will be losers. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. The whole purpose of our research and work with traders is help give folks an edge in the market, and we've got one now. If you can't handle a losing trade, then you really shouldn't be trading real money. Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur in the future. For folks that don't know, I'm Tom Busby, the founder of DTI, the creator of the Roadmap software, and the creator of the new Genesis algo. Pretty proud of it. Over the last few weeks, our team and I have been able to build out what may be the most hands-free trading weapon that ever existed. And it's a next generation smart algo that automatically sends you high-powered trade alerts on autopilot nearly every single day. That means while you're out doing things you love to do, away from the screens, whenever you hear that ding in your pocket, you know another high conviction trade has been dialed up. Just like recently on Monday, October the 7th. Hey, you could have been grabbing some lunch at your favorite restaurant, having fun. All of a sudden you hear ding, and that little ding in your pocket. Pushed a few buttons on the phone to set the trade, 88% gain. Then Tuesday, while enjoying some fresh air, ding on your phone, set the trade, 91% gain. Wednesday, while catching a quick water break from the tennis game, if you play tennis, heard that ding, 48% gain. Thursday, another ding while walking the dog. What a pretty dog. 96% gain. Friday, place that quick trade, locking in the biggest winner of the week, 107% gain. That was on October 14th, 2024. Had someone start with a small $1,000 starter account into each. After only 5 quick trades and maybe 15 total minutes of your time, that could have been an extra 43.14 in trading profits for the week. I know you want some of that. It's all thanks to that brand new, fully automated, smart algorithm called Genesis. Now, to set the stage, Genesis isn't like your old-fashioned trading software or indicator. It's next generation. Unlike typical trading tools, which require you to do all the legwork, manually searching for trades all day long, this smart algo requires zero oversight. Each automatic alert includes everything you should need to trade on the go. That means instead of sitting at your desk, wasting hours of your day hunting for new trade setups, they're going to be delivered right to you. You can have a chance to target the next win while out doing things you love. The Genesis algo is a culmination of really over 40 years of market experience, all automated, all in one place. And it's unlocking a whole new way to trade the stock market. Like what would have happened back on September the 12th. At the time, the NASDAQ QQQ was dead in the water. Not much to write about there, but thanks to Genesis running around the clock, running right now while I'm talking, folks could have hit the morning bicycle ride, heard that ding, read that QQQ was on the verge of breaking out over the next hour, bang, with a 78% confidence rating based on real money results so far. Anybody could have set the trade with a few clicks on their phone, maybe invested $2,000 back to their day. Sure enough, when everything worked out, extra 1723 could automatically have been deposited in the brokerage account one day later. Now, a quick $1,000 for one trade is great, but that's not even close to the best part. Unlike a lot of strategies out there, with Genesis, you don't need to wait days or weeks for the next entry signal. Genesis is automatically generating the extremely accurate trade signals up to 5 times per day. Just look at the 3 other trades that would have hit on that same day. 76% gain on ticker GLD. We had one on that today, September 12th, 2024. What happened? 164% gain on the SPY. 270% gain on IWM. Now, of course, it should go without saying the markets don't come with guarantees. There's no magical button for instant wealth. Our internal audit that overlaid hypothetical option trades on live trading systems showed remarkable results. But we cannot promise that that can continue. So if you're looking to get rich overnight, then do yourself a favor. See ya. But if you're looking for an undeniable edge, what every good trader wants, a new way to trade the markets unlike anything that I've ever seen before, then look no further. Because with Genesis, you have a constant stream of alerts firing off in your back pocket to choose from. With tickers that are leading the pack and breaking out, here's the key. No more headache staring at confusing chart patterns. No more forcing low probability trades. Genesis does all the heavy lifting for you automatically. So if you want to be one of the first in the world to have a behind the scenes look at this incredible trading breakthrough live, stay tuned. Because by the end of this broadcast, a handful of folks will be able to jump in on the next stock Genesis flag to break out, targeting what could be the next great move. 83% gain on GLD, a 96% gain on the SPY. In just a moment, I'll reveal how Genesis has identified breakout stocks, averaging that 78% win rate for the past 16 months. Plus, reveal a few of the live alerts that fired off today. But it's first important to remember there's no get rich quick button when it comes to trading. So please, once you get your hands on the tool, go slow, be smart, don't overlead yourself. Learn how it works because losses are always possible. Instead, use these trade signals to help grow your account over time. You see, Genesis is designed to radically change when you enter trades and how you look at the market. Most people believe buying fear and selling greed is the key to becoming a successful trader. I'm sure you've heard Warren Buffett's famous saying, buy when others are fearful and sell when others are greedy. Sounds good, doesn't it? However, while there's generally a great approach in theory, that sad reality is it's practically impossible for the average trader to execute. When fear is at its peak, the urge to sell can be overwhelming. And I know that, which almost always turns out to be the wrong decision. And when greed takes over, the temptation to keep riding that wave can lead to devastating losses. So if you ever made critical mistakes in your own trading because you felt the fear of missing out or the fear of losing money, it's not your fault. As a human, these emotions are hardwired into your brain. It's a basic survival instinct. What you need is a way to overcome these human handicaps using a more practical, data-driven approach, a process that will work, one that helps you get a clear picture when stocks are on the verge of breaking out. For example, check out what happened back on July the 9th. At the time, the S&P 500 was stuck going nowhere. Most traders would have had no clue if the SPY was about to break out or crash to new lows. But if you knew on this candlestick right here, right there, during that time, that the SPY had a high probability of breaking out the next day with a 78% success rate so far on live trade results. Of course you'd buy in. And if you didn't, you'd have to be at the computer to catch the trade either. You didn't have to be at the computer to catch it. In fact, might be out there like I was playing golf, about to tee off on the ninth hole. Heard that ding. Clicked a few buttons from the cell phone. Watched as the SPY hit the profit target the next day. 73% gain on ticker. But that's not even the best part because the very next day, hey, out throwing the football with my granddaughter in the backyard, throwing the football. Pretty good form, I might say. Heard that ding, placed a quick trade, and been paid before dinner that night as time rolled around. 96% gain on the SPY. 2,000 each would have paid out $3,406 in 24 hours, and that's on charts that gave off almost no directional bias to the naked eye. But Genesis was able to turn it into not one, but two big winners. It's all thanks to market breakouts that happened during one specific hour of the day, 12 p.m. I call this time of day the Genesis hour. Now, most so-called experts will lead you to believe that stock market's dead during the middle of the day. Not me, like watching paint dry, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Just look at that data. Stand back and look at what the data shows. Look where the money flow is right there from 12 to 2 each and every day. What you're looking at here is a typical stock market return by each hour of the day. The morning hours flat, midday where the money is, 2 to 4 in the afternoon. And you ask, why? Well, I'm going to tell you. As you can clearly see, there's hardly any money made in the opening or the closing minutes of the day. Just noise. The real money is made during the Genesis hour. And anyone who can identify stocks breaking out during the Genesis hour can repeatedly target these quick moves. For example, look at the Russell 2000 small cap index back in June, on June 17th. Anyone watching the open hours of the day might assume that small caps were ready to head lower. Of course, knowing what you know now, you wouldn't have been shocked by the morning drop, would you? But then, during the Genesis hour, set your watch. Everything changed. With Asia and Europe markets closed during this time of day, the noise gone, we're able to quickly see that the Russell 2000 was breaking out. You'd have been alerted right away automatically, and look at what came next. 114% gain, IWM. Watch it happen again on July 16th. It never gets old watching this. In the morning, markets drifted slightly higher, not a ton of directional bias to base the trade on. But during the Genesis hour, Wall Street showed their cards and IWM started breaking out. Once again, the boring lunch hours would have turned into a massive opportunity. The Genesis algo would have automatically sent the entry alert on IWM, and anyone would have taken about 30 seconds to place a quick trade could have seen 125% gain. And that's not gorgeous enough. Watch it happen one more time a few days later. July 22nd, morning noise. Genesis hour breakout. There we go again. 280% gain on that one, IWM. 1,000 in that last trade would have paid out 2,100 in profit overnight. Now, someone who was more confident started with, let's say, 2,500 could have pocketed 7,000 in pure profit on that one. That's cash that could cover a few months of a car payment, eliminate stress of credit card debt, or simply an extra 7,000 to beef up savings for a rainy day. All from one 24-hour trade. So you might be wondering why stocks are breaking out during the middle of the day. Here it goes, during the Genesis hour. Well, there's something really important that happens during the 12 o'clock Genesis hour. The Genesis hour is the first time in the day around the globe that stocks are able to move freely on their own. You see, most people assume that trading day starts at 9:30. That's simply not the case. It's going on right now. The day starts much early here in Asia. Then Europe comes in when we're sleeping in the morning. By the time the U.S. market's open, it's totally cluttered and filled with all kinds of noise. With all the noise during the morning market action, it's nearly impossible to figure out where Wall Street's going. And it's nearly impossible to find out what stocks are really breaking out. However, when 12 p.m. Eastern rolls around, something really special happens. Here it is. It's the first hour of the day that the overseas markets are closed. And it's the first time that we can see Wall Street trading freely on their own without the noise from the international market. That's why we see so many opportunities during the Genesis hour, 12 o'clock. Because the worldwide competition has been eliminated, the U.S. traders are running the show. And anyone who can spot stocks breaking out during the 12 o'clock Genesis hour can then jump in ahead of what could be the next big move. Like what happened on August 19th. Look at this. Sideways, chop. Stock market was chopping around, going nowhere fast, no directional bias, just making noise. Then 12 o'clock came. International markets were done for the day. S&P started breaking out as the clear signal that Wall Street was buying up stocks in the first real hour of their trading day, and the markets could go roaring higher. Anyone who placed a quick trade to front run the move could have seen a 45% gain on the spot. Then take a look at what happened next. August 21st, S&P was dropping in the morning. Bunch of noise. Right on time during the Genesis hour, it took complete control. The overseas competition was eliminated. Markets were officially breaking out. Hey, you've been out having lunch. As long as you listen for that ding. There it is. In your pocket, letting you know that S&P was on the move. Anyone who clicked a few buttons, follow along, could have seen a 67% gain. And as great as those two big-time winners would have been in a single week, 45% gain, 67% gain, anyone follow along with the Genesis algo could have seen not 2, not 3, but 6 opportunities that week. Think about that. Look at those gains. All six were the one. I like that. Even a small $500 in each of these trades would have paid out $1,268 for that week, which isn't a life-changing sum of cash, but it's definitely enough to move the needle, especially considering that the week before would have been even better. 5 for 5 with the Genesis algo. Look at that. $500 stake, 4 of which would have paid 100%. A small $500 in each of these trades would have paid out a nice $2,789 profit for the week. Now, some of my best students know that with all the trading, there's bound to be winners and there's bound to be losers. So never go all in on a single trade. Luckily, you don't have to. In just a moment, I'll show you how you're able to leverage these quick moves with explosive, cheap options that only run about $100 per contract. So you can always start small and aim to grow your account over time with Genesis. Of course, in order to get the optimum returns, I wouldn't buy any stock going higher during the Genesis hour. Instead, I want to know which tickers are the strongest in the markets, the fastest horse, leading the pack and leading the breakout. And if you've been following what I've been doing over time, you may have heard me talk about my custom-built trading technology, the Power Zone. In a revolutionary tool that my team and I built to isolate stocks breaking out during the week. The Power Zone takes into account multiple key numbers, including high and low prices of reference bars across 5 different 30-minute candlesticks, and then finding out which stock was going to move. Now, the tool costs us north of $500,000 to get up and running, but it's worth every penny of it. Whenever a stock crosses in the Power Zone during the Genesis hour, that means it's leading the pack and breaking out. And we can place a quick trade to let Wall Street do the heavy lifting for us. Now, once I optimized the Power Zone for intraday charts, I began live trading it with my own money on the line, manually tracking each entry, each exit. The process went into details, and I'll have to say the results are even better than I originally hoped for. Look at the model portfolio. It's in a remarkable 278% account growth over the last 16 months. A 78% win rate. Stunning. But as impressive that is over the last few weeks, we've taken it to the next level and automated the whole thing. That means more time, no more time glued to a half a dozen screens. No more back of the napkin math. Your life just got a whole lot easier. Signal normally comes, write this down, 12:05 Eastern time each day. Then we can place a quick trade to take advantage of it, knowing that the Genesis algo is paid with a 78% accuracy on live trades. For example, like with gold on September 24th and today. Not much going on during the morning trading hours, just noise. But then right on time during the Genesis hour, gold was breaking out into the Power Zone, meaning there was a good chance that gold would carry on higher on this day with a 78% confidence rating based on my live trade result. Today it was opposite. It went down. You would have been automatically alerted right around 12:05 with the entry. Anyone who had placed a quick trade to follow along could have seen an 83% gain on ticker GLD. Now, I've coded the program to specifically target breakouts on the biggest, most liquid tickets out there. Here they are: the SPY, the QQQ, IWM, GLD, and USO. That way, we can automatically target the fastest horse once the smoke clears at noon, and U.S. traders take over the market during the Genesis hour. Then we can simply piggyback on that move, riding the next breakout. For example, like the trade on September 11th, 2024, one of the best results we've seen so far. Again, the markets were chopping around all morning, taking your money, just like the data shows. But then right on time during the Genesis hour, QQQ was breaking out in the Power Zone, and sure enough, a massive rally came next. And if you'd had Genesis working for you automatically in your pocket, you would have heard that ding right at 12:05 with the entry details. And after taking about 30 seconds to place the trade, you could have gone back to your day doing what you were doing and then cashed out 24 hours later with a 266% gain on that QQQ. 1,000 invested in that one would have paid $26.63. For someone more confident, start with 5 times as much. That would have been $13,316 in 24 hours. And trading is as straightforward, simple as it can be. 1, 2, 3. Follow the steps, follow the time, and do the trade. Running countless strategy tests, working with the market data and sophisticated programs to build it, well, that was not easy. But fast forward to today, getting a simple entry alert to my phone with all the information needed to take the trade, I'd say riding a bike is more difficult than following along with Genesis. I simply wait for Genesis to alert me right around noon each day. If I like the trade, click a few buttons, I'm all set. For example, like back in June, look at this one, June 10th. No action on the SPY in the morning, but during Genesis hour, the power zone. Folks with the Genesis algo would have immediately received the alert with all the necessary information, and only 2 days later, 87% gain on ticker SPY. If there's something really important to note with automatic entries, we're able to get the signals in a split second. You know it when I know it. Without taking tons of time on end, we can get an execution advantage. Very important. For example, the next day, same exact story, Thursday or Tuesday, June 11th. It's like watching paint dry in the morning. No money to be made before noon. Here we go. The Genesis hour, 103% gain on ticker SPY. All week long, folks could have made money on the Genesis algo. Maybe Wednesday, June 12th, you out trying to fish, heard the ding. Here it goes, 82%. Thursday, get some fresh air. Hear that ding, 94% gain. Friday, maybe just relaxing and preparing for the weekend. Here comes the ding, right at noon, 160% gain on the ticker. If someone started with $1,000 in each trade that week, they could have pocketed 5275 in profit. And that's without compounding any of the gains. Someone who started with 5,000, now you're looking at some serious money here, 26,378 in a single week. And the best part is there's been zero heavy lifting on our part. Our automatic trading algorithm does all the heavy lifting. In fact, I made the algorithm so good, I think it actually replaces me one day. And after unleashing this smart algo into the market for a few months now, and after booking over 100 trades with Genesis, look at that 278% 13 account growth. Pretty wild, isn't it? I'm ready to take it to the public for the first time ever. Folks, you can keep searching for the latest, greatest trading indicator or trading software. I got it. You need it. That requires you to manually do all the legwork, keep second guessing yourself, getting wrecked by your emotions, or you can cut all the guesswork and start trading like a machine, unlocking what could be your best trading year yet. So if you're ready to tap into the future of trading with an entirely new way to approach the stock market, then you'll be officially invited tonight to take charge of your financial future with the power of Genesis. Genesis is the only smart algo I know that isolates stocks breaking out during the most powerful trading hour of the day when Wall Street is in control. Automatically generating alerts with everything you need to trade on the go, giving you the entry price, the profit target, the stop loss, even the information for selecting the options, right in the palm of your hand. Now, before I reveal the full list of breakout stocks that Genesis flagged today, let me walk you through how the membership is going to work. Listen up, folks. Every day, Genesis will scan through the biggest, most liquid stocks out there, the SPY, the QQQ, IWM, GLD, and USO. When it flags one of these tickers breaking out during the Genesis hour, you'll immediately hear that ding in your pocket as the alert hits your cell phone or your computer if you're in front of it. Everything you need to target what could be your next great win. 51% gain on the QQQ. And I set it up to be as easy as 1, 2, 3 to access these constant Genesis trade alerts. You can opt in to receive automatic Genesis alerts via Telegram. Love Telegram. That way, there's no delay in getting your next entry alert. We have a 24/7 membership portal. Right now contains our first masterclass I did today. All the details how to sign up can be found in your members portal that hosted on the main website. No download required. Genesis Smart Algo Masterclass. I'll walk you through it live during the masterclass, the next one, and I'll do my best to answer any questions about Genesis you have. You'll find the recorded version in the members area if you can't make it. And you can expect an average of 2 to 5 alerts per day on average. There's no shortage of opportunities for you. Now, look, if you want to trade the underlying stock with Genesis Alert, hey, do it. That's totally okay. But if you want to target some of the big outside returns that I showed you today, you need to use options. If you're new to options, that's totally fine. I'm prepared for that. You can just use the most basic form of options available, a call option. And applying them to the Genesis trade is no harder than shooting a layout. But for those you want to dig a little deeper in options, other unique ways to leverage these Genesis alerts to target great returns, I have an options boot camp video series I put together. You'll learn how to easily leverage your trades for maximum returns, plus income techniques. I know people want income. Here it is for those who prefer a safer approach. I even teach you my personal method for selection high-powered weekly options that are dirt cheap but have shown the power to pay massive returns. That way, any new members who join today are equipped to hit the ground running right out of the gate. For example, like the Genesis trade on October 11th, anyone could enter with $92 per contract. That's 92 cents per trade per contract, 107% gain on that one. I mean, my VIP coaching programs here at DTI already run north of 10,000 per year. So I think that the price tag would be more than fair considering there's nothing else quite like Genesis out there. But luckily for you, you don't have to. I'm not going to be 10,000 to secure your personal access to Genesis Algo. I set up an amazing deal for those here tonight, the first traders that come in. But before I open the doors to Genesis, here's what gets me really jazzed up about the smart algo so far. Not only does the study show anybody could have hit some impressive winners, 83, 150, 164% in a couple of days on stocks breaking out, but I've also reworked the algo to alert us when certain stocks break down, like gold did today, meaning Wall Street is aggressively selling after the overseas markets have closed. Not only will these Genesis downside trades offer you a warning for some of your other investments, but they also give you a clear-cut path to target some big moves to the downside. It gives you the entry, the profit target, the stop loss, everything you need to take advantage of. Let me be clear, these downside trades have the same profit potentials as the upside. And I'm not just saying that, some of our biggest opportunities from the study would have been downside moves. For example, consider those 3 days the market crashed back in July. Each day my Genesis picked up a short opportunity. Each one would have been a home run trade. 168% on July the 22nd, 283% gain on July the 23rd, 324% gain on July the 24th. 2,000 invested that last trade would have turned into a whopping $8,480 overnight. And that's just one of the 3 downside trades hit that week. With the Genesis downside trade bonus included, it's no surprise that the price of this exclusive membership is officially set at $4,295 per year right there on our website if you join there. But that's not what I'm telling you to do tonight. You should expect to pay that much for Genesis. Listen up. 42 for 1 year is a great deal. But if you take action here in this broadcast, got a few extra surprises. They're going to shock you. First, I'm going to give you a $500 discount, bonus number 1. $500 off the sticker price. Just for being here. But not just that. I'm going to take Genesis, the power to pay up 5 times a day, multiply it times 500, and take that off. That's $2,500 off. That takes the price from $42.95 down to $17.95 for complete access. But I'm not done yet. Bonus number 2, half off for those that accept the current terms. Half off. For action takers today, something to make this an absolute no-brainer for you. For new members of Genesis, the price is discounted to half off. That takes it to $8.97. 75 are only left in the door today. 75. $8.97. I want folks to take action in this room to have all the support they need to get going. At any point, our customer service team feels like we're getting to a point we can't take anymore. We'll stop. I have to cut the deal off. Folks, you do not want to miss out on this at this price. Be ready to act fast because I have to imagine the first will go fast. They're going to fly off the shelves. After that, it's up to the team if they want to keep the deal live on the internet any longer. If you're ready to be one of the new members tonight, then click the link in the chat, dtitrader.com/Genesis. Or you can call 904-416-1776 and press 1. The new Genesis entry is waiting for you. Go to dtitrader.com/Genesis or call 904-416-1776. Now, here's a question. Can members begin receiving these automatic alerts as soon as today? Not today, but tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Yes, Jennifer will generate those alerts tomorrow in Telegram, and the platform is free to join, extremely easy to sign up for. How many alerts can you expect today? The many models across many tickers, the final data shows 2 to 5 alerts per day with a 78% win rate so far on the live trade results. Is Genesis for beginners? I think absolutely. If I was starting and had this years ago, oh God, I'd even give you 14 days to try it out. If you aren't loving it after the first 2 weeks, you can get a refund. That way you'll have plenty of time to paper trade, see it, play with it, explore all the perks as a member. My goal is to help you become a professional trader. Will there be a masterclass for members? Like I said, I was originally promised 2. I'm doing 7. Okay? Oh, yeah. Over the next 4 days, our team will be doing live at noon, actually Friday, and then all next week, including walking through the option selection process. I'm glad you mentioned options because there are these complex or confused. No, they're simple options. Teach you how to tap into these inexpensive options that normally run between 75 cents and $1, which is $75 to $100 per contract, and show them the power to move fast. Do I have profit targets and stops built in? Absolutely. Right from the get-go. I'll teach you my risk management practices, plus additional tips and insights that give you whether you want to be real aggressive or conservative. Up to you. Do you need a big account to trade Genesis? No. Like I said, they're inexpensive options, so you can get started with a small account and grow it over time. The new Genesis entries will be there. Go to dtitrader.com/Genesis or call 904-416-1776. Folks, this is Genesis. We got 75 of them left at the real deal price. Okay? Let me answer some other questions you might have. Okay. There it is. Any other question? You got 14 days to check it out. There's a new message just came in. Steve, let me give you the timing. At 12:05, you get your first alert. 12:30, you get a follow-up alert. 1 o'clock, you get the closing alert. In between that, if it triggers, you get an alert on those tickers. The VIP price, I have Adam posted. There it is, $22.47 for VIP. That's lifetime. Take that one. You'll love it. No extra charges later on. Folks, here it is. We got a masterclass set for Friday. And if Jeffrey will save you a spot, put your name, email, and phone number in there. We'll save you a spot. I'll be glad to do that. 14 trading days, Ken. I'm not going to count weekends against you. Get joined now. Will's in for VIP. Thanks, Will. Oh, yeah. You could use a cash account. Absolutely. Absolutely could use a cash account. I taught people today how to avoid the day trade problem in the masterclass. It's right there on the website. Sandra, after you sign up, you'll get an invitation to go to the portal. You can go there and review the masterclass I taught today. And then Friday, I'll be live to do another one. I'm going to do 7 of it. 7 masters. One guy that's been trading for over 20 years said today, he's been trading for 20 years. He's never seen something so brilliant as this. Made me feel good when I saw that. We worked hard to do it. Made it simple, straightforward, and clear. Oh, you're going to love it, Nathan. You're going to love it. Frank, congratulations, VIP. They'll be in Telegram, Frank. The alerts will be in Telegram. You know what? So, I covered that one slide about execution advantage. I want to tell you the story. When I see a trade I did, and I'm fairly decent at finding these things, you know that people that work with me. I pick up the phone, I call Jonathan, say, Jonathan, type this up, send it out. He types it up, he sends it out. Usually from the time I see it, there's a minimum of 10 minutes before it gets out there. Okay, except in my TNT program, it's a little bit close, faster, right? With this, you got it when I got it, you know what to do with it, and you take the whole execution advantage. For years, the guys on the floor had execution advantage on the floor. We got it with this. You're going to love it. Genesis work. Hey, let me tell you this. From what we just opened it up this week, and people are going crazy about it. They love it. You should have seen the comments I had and what people had done just this week without the masterclass. I was shocked. The half off real deal price is good for the next 75. After that, I can't make any promises. No, Ralph, that's a great question. Do I recommend time to exit? No, I do percentages. That's why I show you. What I'm showing people how to do is that we got a beginner goal, and then we got a more advanced goal. That's what I'm doing through the master classes, is showing you strategies to use, to hold these great option plays. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Israel, I would start probably with $200 per trade. That's what I would do, Israel. He said he had a 10,000. I'd do about $200 per alert. Yes, the average stop loss is 25%, Daisy. 25%. Uh, just look at gold. We got short gold. It hit, I think it was like 24% profit on it today. If you got out today, if you held it, might make more tomorrow. GLD went off. Just go look at it on the chart, GLD. Pretty cool stuff when you see it, though. It really is. It sort of blows your mind that we can do that. The average length on the trades is about 2 days. That's sort of the meat, that power zone meat about 2 days after entry, about 48 hours. Yeah, we give the whole trade, Ed. You got the whole trade. We don't hide anything from you. It's right there for you. I'm trying to make the master classes to take it from an absolute beginning stage to a little bit more ideas for you, okay? I mean, I showed people some stuff today they never thought of when it came to trading. That's what the guy had been trading 20 years. He said, I never thought of doing it that way. I said, well, I've only been doing this for 40 years. You think when you go through the school of hard knocks, you learn a lot. Nathan, I've got a standard option. It's very simple, the one that you do. And that's what the master class shows. You've got a cheat sheet that you use. Okay? It's that simple. Israel said this is a great tool. The lifetime, Robert, is no extra charges after the year. And they give you right now through Genesis, I'm going to give you these 5 stocks that I picked. With the lifetime, you get a trading indicator. You can expand the number you want to look at. That's the advantage. Patrick, I'm sorry, I didn't see. Yeah, it'll tell you when it's rebounding tomorrow around 12. Absolutely. If it rebounds, might tell you to sell it again. Be 24 hours into it if you didn't get out. Yeah. So here's a hypothetical. Let's say that you got in a trade and you're up 70% on the money you put up. Would you take it as a profit if you made 70%? Or would you take some of it and hold some of it? Or would you just get out or hang in there for the whole thing? What would you do? There's a lot of different ways to do that, but I give you techniques to use in that situation through the master class. Get you thinking about what I would do. Ed says he'll take the 70% and move on. Yes, the put options, it trades it both ways for the 895 real deal price. Actually, Daisy, it's 897. Anthony, I think they give it to you after you sign up. Yeah, Scott, in a master class, we'll go through that for everybody. Absolutely. For the VIPs, we'll do that. Uh, Israel, I used 25% because of the gains. I reversed engineered it, and 25 cents was the most effective loss to take. That's a simple way to do it. In the master class, I'll show you some other things that you can do. That's why I'm doing the master classes because this is so good. I'm taking it to the level. Suzanne, great. Nathan, let me answer your question this way. If you're 78% accurate out of 10 trades, how many would you lose? You're 78% accurate. How many would you lose? Two. Okay. Think of it this way. If you average 20% on 7 trades, how much would you make? 20% times 7 is how much? That's right, 140%. So if you lose 25% on two, what is your net after 10 trades? That ought to get your attention. And that's if you just do the basic. I'm going to teach you how to do a little bit better through the master classes. Make a promise. If you can't make all the master classes, make a promise. Don't get fat, dumb, and happy. Go through all 7 classes. I'm putting a lot of work in to do that. They will help you in the exercise of using Genesis. Okay? That's a promise. Make a promise that you'll take the time and listen to that training. Okay? I'm going to do it and it'll be there for you to review, but do it. Don't be lazy. Do it. Take the time. It's your money. Learn what I'm going to teach you. The first class will start Friday. Thanks, Kevin, for joining. You're going to love it. Hey, if you get joined tonight, get into the website. I think they've got today's masterclass. Israel, ask me that question at the masterclass on Friday. Okay, I got a couple answers to it. It's not a simple answer. Hey, no problem. I'm very pleased to show this to you. I wish somebody would have showed it to me when I got started in options. It's a tough game, but folks, I teach you things Wall Street won't teach you. I'm not going to complicate things through the Greeks and all the mathematical gyrations people do trying to explain options. It's going to be simple, straightforward, long, short, or out. Okay? I call it the chicken, fish, or steak scenario. Long, short, or out. Oh, you're going to love it, Nathan. You saw what Adam, post what Frank did last week just to give people an idea, because he's the top dog so far I've seen. If you still got it, or Frank, put it there and let Adam recopy. They ought to see it. A lot of people came late and didn't see what you did. That's pretty impressive. You're the top dog. I did a little survey to whatever I make off of it. Frank replied. Did y'all see what Frank posted? Right there. That's pretty powerful. Frank, you've been with me less than a year, right? Have you learned a lot? I'm always educating you because I believe if I can educate you, you'll be a better student. You know, a lot of people hear something and they don't understand how to do it. I make sure with my students that's why I take this time at this early stage to do these master classes because I want you to succeed. And hey, I've only been doing this for, greater part of 40 years. I know this is a tough game and I want to show you how it works. So it's been fun being with you. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Join my YouTube channel. Join T-Buzz TV. In the morning, you'll hear from me and I'll tell you what the market's doing. You'll learn about pivot numbers and how to use that during the day. Thanks, Dinosaur. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great night, okay? See everybody Friday at 12. I'm going to go to the Genesis